Yeah, what a night. What a night. It feels like so much more than 3 points. I wish it was more points, but there's just so many little victories out there tonight. The way the team, when we say this is a tough moment for us, that we're trying to produce players and people that can really show up when things are tough. And for me, that's a big victory. The way those guys stepped on the field and showed real grit and quality at times. And I think we beat a really good team tonight. So that's a victory. You know, of course, in the standings, it's a big 3 points, halfway or a certain amount of the way to retaining that Rocky Mountain Cup for our fans. The way our fans showed up and pushed our team, and the way our team pushed for our fans. Amazing night. The numbers that showed up, another victory there. Uh, Again, a shutout was big, you know, and to have to suffer is great. I love watching the team suffer, but with some maturity. I think we showed that late in the game. We didn't crumble at all. We had structure and real belief. So many players played well. Nico Hansen finds out at 1 p.m. today he's playing. Big victory there. So yeah, just really proud of the group, and yeah, we'll already be thinking of the next game next weekend. But really proud of the team, and lastly, but certainly not least, right after this, I'm sprinting out to watch our unified team play. It's one of my favorite things since I've gotten to this club to just be part of what goes on there and just in every little way supportive. But they're with us, we're with them, and we'll celebrate them in a few minutes. They just kicked off.
Brainers for the Denver Post. With how patient this game felt on both ends for the first 70 minutes, is that something that you guys expected coming in? And how do you think you kind of, handled that and maybe not pressing the issue too much before then?
Yeah, listen, I think we know if we when we defend and we have a certain level of compactness and pick moments to press and out of a compact shape that we're very good and we can disrupt opposition. We were willing to take risk in a high press on their goal kicks and because we know almost like we did. There's a moment in the first half, Yappy flicks one through and we almost score. We want to take that risk with our team. I think there's risk not taking risk. So we said we're going to be aggressive. And yeah, so knowing that we can high press, but we would spend a lot of time in a mid block because you can see the way Salt Lake builds their attacks. They spread the field. Looks like a 3-2-5 structure, full width, but then they played through the pivots. This is really challenging. And I give our guys a lot of credit because most importantly, we had discipline to stay tight and do the job and stick to the plan that we had, which certain players we were jumping, certain players we were not. So guys did a great job. We win some, they get through on some, but for 100 minutes or so, we stuck to it. And I'm proud of the way the guys did that. So it shows some growth, but it was important against Salt Lake, in my opinion, to play this way.
Coach Keith Richards, Team MBS Media. After training yesterday, I asked what it would mean if the team was able to get a win and break out of the rut tonight. 24 hours later, the team does get some win. So what does that mean, and how can the team take this moment tonight and push that forward to be able to keep it consistent for the rest of the season?
Yeah, look, there's only results help. Players have belief. Performances help. And there were so many good things that happened on the night. And then there's the things we got to get better. But we'll focus so much on the good things that we've been working on. But think about, for so many players tonight, what this game might have meant. Like Josh Atencio hasn't played in that game. Battles through it. Ali Larraz, right? Another one for him. But these are youngish players. Jackson Travis. What does that game do for him? So it's not for Chris Armas what this does. It's for these players. Darren Yappy filling in for Rafa on the night. What does this do for our goalkeeper, Nico, to step in and do what he does on the night? For me, it was one of Reggie Cannon's best games in a uniform, Rapids uniform. What does it do for the back line that we've been saying, come on, like some of the goals we've been giving up to get a shutout. Georgie to wear the captain's armband to get a goal. So Cole Bassett to have, for me, a really strong performance. for the whole group to push themselves to the limit, suffer physically and mentally. I mean, so Keith, it does so much, or maybe it does so much for the group, but things like this can help guys just inner belief and feel like, yeah, we're good enough.
We'll take a few more.
Chris, Matthew Wick with Pitcast. There was some talk going into the week over the past 5 results about maybe switching up the formation, rotating the squad, but you largely went just the same. Yappy in for Hafa, Nico straight in for Zach Steffen, didn't try to reinvent, and really just seemed to play Rapids ball. Is that a trust in what you're seeing, what you feel with the players, or was that what you felt would be the best matchup against RSL?
Look, there's a lot that goes into a Rapids ball. There is a lot, and in possession, there's the tempo and verticality, and against the ball, out of possession, we have some DNA there. We want to be a high pressing team, and it's risky business at times. But I think we showed that we can force mistakes tonight, be really compact against a team that can. I don't know how often they go without scoring a goal, but what we did do is we did change the formation tonight. We defended in the same structure, but we played in a 4-2-3-1. Right, Georgie has been playing with Cole in the 4-2-2-2. We've been playing with 2 strikers. We had a plan tonight to play in a 4-2-3-1. The 3 meaning Cole, Georgie as a pure 10, and Kevin with Yappy. And we did that for a few reasons, but even in possession, it gives us a little bit more gives us a better ability to keep the ball at times, to overload some areas where we thought we can expose them. It puts some guys in there, I think, stronger position. But the 4-2-2-2 is very narrow, and without Rafa, we thought, yeah, this is a chance to go what we repped all of last year, the 4-2-3-1. And we've been trying to get certain guys going, and I think it helped us breathe a little bit with the ball. We still are going to work on this, and we want to have tactical flexibility to do this. So I think we can build on that bit.
Matt Pollard, Burgundy Wave. Chris, can you speak to Jackson Travis has played a number of really good games, but at least tonight I think he really came alive, and he's gone from maybe at last season, maybe a little bit of just limiting mistakes to making good plays and being confident in going forward. Can you speak to his maturity as a young player to where this comes out in this performance in this game?
Yeah. Well, look, our club believes in young players. I mean, Jackson, Sam Bass. I mean, I think there's a lot of clubs that talk about this, and it's not always easy to play the young players at this level because there's mistakes. And then in this business, sometimes, you make a mistake, the guys are out. Or they feel like mistakes are not allowed by the way that you handle this stuff. And I've been around a lot of young players, and I do have standards, of course, but it has to be patience. And I'd say with Jackson, last year he was full of so many good plays and then had to have some growing pains. And it's happening this year too. But there's growth, and I think there's internal competition that pushes these guys, but he's a guy that looks hungry. He loves the club. He loves the badge. He plays with intensity. He plays with real belief. You can see that on the ball he can get the crowd going a little bit and can dance a little bit and show some personality. And he brings personality. Even after the game, we're all lined up and we're on his rhythm, and we go to the fans. Like for a young guy, he's got a lot of personality, and we believe in the young guys, and we love the guys with personality. So we'll keep them going, and there'll be more mistakes, and there'll be some more good performances, and we'll keep trying to bring them along. That's our plan.